Hi guys, and welcome to this episode on a gentle introduction to time series analysis. The objectives of this episode is first to understand what time series data is and its applications, understand the difference between stationary and non-stationary time series, be familiar with the different components of time series, and lastly have an overview of the different techniques used in time series analysis. So let's start off with a definition. What is time series? It's an ordered sequence of values of a variable obtained at successive times. For example, let's say we recorded the temperature every 2 hours during a day. This could form a time series. So what can we do with time series data? First, we can understand the governing forces and structure that produce the observed data. We can also model the observed data and make forecasts and make future predictions based on the data. Some general applications includes sales forecasting, yield projections, and workload projections. There are 4 components of time series. The first is the trend component, which is simply the long-term pattern of a time series. This can either be upward, downward, or stationary, or horizontal. Next is the cyclic component, which is simply the fluctuation around the trend line. The seasonal component is the regular fluctuations around the trend line during a fixed interval. This could be during the same season or months every year. And lastly, the irregular component. This is the unpredictable component. This could be a high fluctuation, for example. What's the difference between a stationary and non-stationary time series? A stationary time series is one whose properties do not depend on the time at which the series is observed. Time series with trends or seasonality are not stationary, since the trend and seasonality affects the time series values at different times. So in the first image here, we have a stationary time series. There is no trend or seasonality. And in the second time series, there is a trend, and so it is non-stationary. Let's take a look at some time series analysis techniques. So models that we can build on our time series data. First is the moving average models. A moving average model uses a regression-like model consisting of past forecast errors for future predictions. The autoregressive model, we use a linear combination of past values of the variable to make forecasts. And lastly, machine learning models. So we can use machine learning regression models like linear regression, LightGBM, or a neural network regressor to make predictions on time series data. I hope this video has introduced you to time series analysis, and I plan to cover some time series analysis techniques in future episodes. Thank you very much for watching.